this is Daniela Cambone, and we're about to begin our coverage from the PDAC, the world's largest mining conference. But before we get to our segment today, I want to tell you about one of our most beloved guests, Rick Rule. It's no secret, he's one of my favorite people in the natural resource investment sector. But now he's partnering with my company, Stansberry Research, in a very big way. It's something we have never done before, and it could be a pivotal moment for you personally. Rick warns that this is a unique moment in history, the likes of which he has never seen in his 50 years of investing in the space. And he says if you get this one thing right, you may never have to worry about money ever again. So for all the details about his big prediction and what he's working on right now, head to rickevent.com. Again, that's rickevent.com to hear about the once-in-a-lifetime financial event Rick says is happening right now and will impact nearly every asset you own. Let's get to our segment today. Hi, this is Daniela Cambone. Welcome back to the Daniela Cambone Show here on Stansberry Research on location in Toronto. We're at the Silver and Gold reception hosted by First Majestic Silver. And joining me now is Michael Steinmann, CEO of Pan American Silver. Always good to see you. You didn't have a name change yet, right? I almost stopped there a second.
No name change.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. I know a lot of exciting things are happening. One of which, silver miners mining more gold than silver. What's up with that, Michael?
Well, look, it's really a result of how to grow in this business. And silver, as you know, is very difficult. You find silver with gold or with base metals. And the last two transactions we embarked on were gold rich with silver, and that's what happened. We have, still the biggest silver reserve in the world, so no worries, the silver is coming later on.
So are we going to see is it going to be Pan American Gold?
No, absolutely not. It's Pan American Silver. That's what we do. As I said, we have the biggest silver reserve in the world. We have all the projects in our pipeline to pretty much go back to the same silver-gold ratio that we produced before the transactions.
Let's talk about the stress on the silver miners. It's been a rough year. We were hoping to get a better start this year. Where do we go from here?
Yeah, look, we talked last year. Inflation came in higher than I think everybody expected. Everybody notices it when you go to the grocery store. It was a tough year for everyone, looking at higher costs. I think we are over the hump now. We see costs going a little bit back. Hopefully that continues the rest of the year.
So you think the Fed will be successful in battling inflation, that it's not going to be as sticky as we're thinking right now?
I think it will be sticky, probably not at the 8 or 9%, I hope. It will be a bit lower, but it will be sticky, and I think that is still kind of that battle we're going to see until we see really higher precious metal prices.
Yeah, I've asked the other CEOs this, as a leader of a mining company, how closely are you watching what the Fed does, and how much does it impact your day-to-day?
Of course, it impacts us every day because it really dictates the gold and silver price at the end. It's related to the US dollar. So we see that every day, and you saw when the Fed kind of slowed down, prices start running, but it doesn't last longer than a few weeks at the moment.
I was talking to Keith Newmeyer, CEO of First Majestic, about how there's been such a focus, obviously, on critical minerals and metals, obviously with, automobile companies moving electric and whatnot. And, we were saying and having a discussion of whether silver should be classified as critical. What's your take?
Well, it's absolute. It's the most, in my view, one of the most critical metals here to get everything done as you need it to build electronic components. There's really no battery without silver. There's no cables, connections, no charging stations. And of course, no solar panels without silver. So it's an absolute critical mineral when we want to, advance our path here into the electrification.
So 1 year later, Michael, would you say you're more optimistic than last, about the same, or?
Absolutely more optimistic now. Yeah, I think it will take a while here until, the Feds in the world stop actually increasing interest rates. I think we have to go a bit higher. That will still put pressure on the silver and gold price. But as I said, we saw a little glimpse in January what happens when the world thinks they're going to stop, and the price is going to run very quickly when that happens.
Final thoughts for investors watching. What are the plans for Pan American this year?
Closing the transaction, which should happen still in Q1, and an integration of all the new assets. So it's going to be a very exciting year for us.
Well, there's been so much merger and acquisition activity. Do you see that as a good sign for the sector?
Absolutely. I I think we need less and bigger companies to give really bigger vehicles for investors to invest, and that's the way to go.
Look, it's a great fun party tonight, so I'm going to let you go and have some fun. we all could use a little lighthearted times in these tough times. Yeah. Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. We will have more coverage coming your way, so be sure to stay tuned.
Opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the contributor and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Stansberry Research, its parent company, or affiliates.